Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
I wasn't ready, were you?
Listen, look here. They're crazy. You don't even get to open the show. They're crazy. They're crazy. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
Hi, John.
Hi, Peggy.
I'm Peggy Burton.
I'm Laura Foster. Happy to be back.
And I'm Jim Puller.
Did y'all have fun without me last week?
We had a ball without you
Oh,
last week.
yeah,
It was so good.
No, I
yeah, it was
missed
so
you,
good.
Lauren.
Thank
I
you.
always miss you.
Peggy always misses me. She's my only friend.
You found some high heel shoes while you were gone?
Cool.
John, you've seen these shoes 100 times.
With pointed toes or
Pointed toes and pointed heels in case you get on my nerves.
Oh, well. That would be almost all the time, wouldn't it?
No.
I would say.
No.
That's the
would
nice thing
say.
about Lauren, though. When she wears heels, I'm still taller than she is.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely not
Don't
the
you love
case with
that?
most women. Yeah.
Don't you love
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
It's nice to be tall.
You notice a lot of these young ladies, particularly, that are wearing all these stiletto high heel shoes, and they're walking around a head taller than a lot of the men.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly I noticed on the Today Show that Samantha Guthrie, the new gal on there, she's a head taller than all of them.
What
She's
is
a big
it?
old girl.
It's ABC, I guess, that George Stephanopoulos is on.
He's a tiny guy, isn't he?
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, I saw him. He must not be about 5'2". I mean, I
He
saw
is
him
a little bit
standing,
He's a little guy.
standing up with the rest of the crew, so it's amazing.
And what's funny is just like you don't realize it when you watch professional sports how big those people are because they're all about the same size
Right.
All
until
relevant,
you
yeah.
go to the ball game.
And everybody is
And
Giant.
they're
He's
massive.
taller than you.
They're massive. And on the other hand, I've been watching the Olympics. I don't know whether everybody
I have,
has,
yeah.
Oh, I've
but
seen some of it.
most of those people, particularly the gymnasts, are 5'2", 5'3",
Tiny.
little bitty
Less than
people.
100 pounds, yep.
Yeah, and one of the, I read an article the other day about the Olympic swimmers, I guess it was. They have to consume enormous amounts of food just to be able to maintain their weight because they're burning so many calories. I'm talking like
Oh, yeah.
6,000 calories a day. They've got to have at
Doesn't
least.
that sound like paradise down
Yeah, I'm telling you, yeah. For
6,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Can you say milkshakes and steaks?
Now,
Yeah.
they
It
show
takes a lot
old
discipline and
the swim that guy. What's his name?
Michael.
Phelps.
Michael Phelps,
yeah.
they show him over at Subway, I'll
Phelps.
guarantee you that guy's eating more than Subway. He's eating all he can find.
He
Yeah.
didn't hardly know what to say when he didn't win one of the meets they did. Did you watch him? He doesn't usually lose.
No, he hadn't lost an Olympic event since 2000 when he was 15 years old.
Yeah, well,
Right.
somebody was
he's
accusing him of being out of shape.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he did get out of shape. He
Did
let
he?
it go for about 6 months. Gained a lot of weight, but he came back.
Yeah.
I tell
They
you,
caught him. They
I
caught him
admire that
sitting around a
courage.
bong somewhere several years ago.
That was right after he
Right after he won 8 gold medals.
Yeah.
He celebrated for a while. Lost a couple of endorsements, and then
Right.
but they brought him back.
Did you
Yeah,
watch the
yeah, he's
opening?
made a comeback.
I watched
Totally
the opening.
spectacular. London has had more huge events this year with the Queen's Jubilee and the Olympics, and the opening was amazing.
It was confusing to
You
me.
thought it was confusing?
I really did think it was confusing.
Confused always
Yeah, we know.
confused.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they accomplished a lot, and they were going through the history of London and
Right.
England, and going from a pastoral nation into the revolution, industrial revolution, and they had stuff coming up out of the ground. It probably cost $1 billion to do that opening.
Probably more than $1 billion.
$1 billion,
It
at
was
least $1 billion.
huge.
No, I think it
Absolutely
was in the
huge.
millions. I saw
Now,
somewhere.
where
Really?
does that money come
Yeah, it
from?
was like I think the Olympic committees raise it. It's not from government funds. I think it's raised from private sources or something like that.
And it brings in
I-
millions
I
of
think
people.
I think the opening thing was like 50 million or something,
At
just
least.
for that one thing,
Wow.
And they were talking. They were also talking about after World War II, in 1948, that I guess was the last time Britain hosted the Olympics, that they did it for a little over $100,000.
Wow.
You're kidding.
And now it's 50 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's not
That's
the total.
That's just
cost.
one night.
That's just one. That's the opening ceremonies. But
That's just
Amazing.
one night.
Money's just like nothing anymore.
Well, you
Well,
know,
it is nothing. It's worthless.
probably like the world's fairs, most of those things lose money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I don't think there's ever been a World's Fair that made money.
Probably not.
no, I don't recall.
Did the
that I
Olympics
sang
always
at the World's
coincide
Fair.
with an
You
election?
sang at the World's
I
Fair?
sang at
No.
the World's
No.
Fair when it was in Knoxville.
I don't think.
Is that cool?
Did the
I think
Olympics
it's
for
cool.
every
I
4
remember
years?
I was up in
Yes, they
Knoxville
are.
during the World's
So I
Fair.
guess maybe they do now.
Yep, that's the only talk there is these days is Olympics and politics.
Peggy
Oh,
sang
yeah.
at the World's Fair
Isn't that
You
great?
did.
I did.
That's
yeah.
cool. Which
in
one?
Knoxville.
The one in Knoxville. When? I don't have a clue.
What did you sing?
I was with a
was in the
trio.
70s.
We did a folk, Tennessee folk sort of thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
'Cause it was Tennessee.
Do you have video of that?
No, are you kidding?
Wouldn't you love to go back and make a video montage of all your performances
would,
through your
yeah.
life?
No. I
We,
No,
What about
actually,
you, Fuller? Would you like for us to do that?
no, no.
We have some footage we can't show, right?
Some of our stuff wouldn't make the cut.
Well, there's a
It'd be
couple
on the cutting floor.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't make prime time or general for a general
For a
audience.
general audience.
Yeah, it wouldn't make that.
We
And
don't-
besides that, it's depressing. You know, you look at video of yourself 25 years ago and think, what in the world happened to me?
Dr. Phil would say,
you know.
what were you thinking?
Yeah.
What were you thinking? You know, we have a lot of stuff happening on the show today. We have General Harris is going to be here. The Armory in Tullahoma is getting ready to have a grand
building.
opening.
I'm
It's
so
a
proud
great
of that.
building, and he's going to talk to us about that. You, Peggy Burton,
Me? Wow.
is going to be interviewed today.
you're going to
I
be a
am?
guest and a host.
She's a guest and a host today about the country show.
Fantastic.
So we have our man, our critique around town is here with us today, Terry Mayo, and he's going to interview Peggy, and he has a couple questions that he wants to ask her that maybe we wouldn't think about.
Exactly.
afraid
I thought
for
maybe
you.
he went out and shot himself after coming in on Sunday afternoon.
You know, Peggy's,
got your back, Peggy.
Peggy's been on the show as a host for what, 5 years maybe, or
I don't
6?
know.
You know, but at best I remember back when she used to come on occasionally as a guest, she was a good interviewer. She wasn't stupid. She knew stuff. She knew
Well,
stuff.
things change.
You know.
And this is what, 34 years of country or 33?
This is the 33rd annual country show at South Jackson Civic Center.
That is so admirable. I've not done anything for 33 years.
You're so surprised I'm still alive, right?
That's awesome.
So we've
33
got
years.
that going on, and we've got
Manchester has
interviewed,
something going on that's we need to mention. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I should not have interrupted
What is
you.
that?
However, Les Mis.
however,
It's opening this weekend. I just want to say it.
Since I've already interrupted
Yeah,
you,
since
I'm
you've already
sorry.
interrupted me.
But this
Yeah.
is over at Manchester
Sure.
Cultural Arts Center, and it's Les Mis, and it's teenagers 19 and under that's doing the show.
Oh, that'll be
It's
great.
a wonderful
Yeah.
performance.
You know, Manchester's trying to bring back Old Timers Day. It's odd, a group of citizens from my class are.
You're kidding.
No, they're rallying and
That's
raising money,
wonderful.
and they're going to get it done.
Oh,
And that
Timers
had went away
Day.
for several years. It used to be an annual event. did it
Yes,
not?
and
So-
very, very well attended with
That's
beauty
good.
pageants
Oh, yeah.
and
That's a smart-
parades. And I rode my horse in the Old Timers Day parade when I was 13.
I love
Your
it when they-
horse?
I had a
Did you?
horse when I was 13, yeah.
Unbelievable.
There's a lot about my life you don't
Have you
know.
gotten back on the horse lately?
It's been a while.
been a while.
It's been, well, a couple of years. Sadly, I rode a pretty famous horse, and
Oh, really?
And she died. She broke her leg in a field and died. So I hope I didn't curse her.
Well, you
y'all
need to
have
go
to
down there
shoot
and get on the zonkey.
I bet the zonkey would be more than a
What is
match.
a zonkey?
Have a zonkey.
Well, there's one down in
It's a cross
Normandy
between
in the
a
field down there.
zebra
Yeah.
and a donkey
Yeah.
that lives
Yeah.
in my neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah, it's got zebra striped legs and like a zebra tail and some zebra characteristics, but
Is there
its
also a
body's
zorse?
mostly
Zonkey.
Is there
zonkey.
also a zorse? Zebra and a horse?
Probably
Zonk, a
some.
zebra and a dog?
Zebra and a
Not in
dog.
Normandy.
Zat, a zebra and a cat?
Fuller. Fuller.
This will be over soon. If we're lucky, this will be over soon. Yeah, this will be over soon, I'm sure.
Have
General,
you ever
we
watched
lost
the show when you and
control
I
of
are
our
here?
troops.
They're so boring.
He told the general we lost control of our troops. He said, "We'll get them back." I love a military man.
Yeah,
I wish we
confidence.
had a military man to be the president of this nation right now. I think we need a military man.
I think we do.
You know,
I think it'd be good.
I don't know very much about politics, but I do know a thing or two about marketing.
Yeah.
And I would like someone to explain to me that these negative campaigns, they do the very basic thing of building brand awareness for the opponent. How is that helpful?
It's a little bit different, I think, in politics, and
It's
you know,
not. Advertising is advertising, and I know.
it seems to work though. You know, and particularly when both candidates are doing it.
Okay,
You
so
know.
they're both giving each other brand awareness.
Yeah, and that's just the way it is now. I mean, I saw a poll the other day that I think that said that in the presidential race, one of the candidates is 95% of their ads have been negative, and the other one 89% have been negative. So it's overwhelming.
I don't understand that either.
I find
really
it very
don't.
distasteful. It turns me off of the whole process.
I would say that if you get in a race and you try to take the high road, and you don't do that,
You're beat.
You're beat.
I would like to see the person brave enough to try it and have some
Brave
honor
enough
in-
to just tell it like it is.
Exactly.
This is what I'm going
Well,
to
I
try to do.
I tried it once back in I tried it once back in 1992.
Didn't work, did it?
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Well, I know.
Before it was over with, I was one of the sorriest people in the world, and they all believed it because I didn't do anything to
You do
refute it.
think you're
Well,
Yeah.
I know two things. One, I learned at the inauguration and some of the things I've seen on television about President Obama. He can't dance. The brother's got no rhythm. And Mitt Romney,
Wow,
Mitt
that was-
Romney can't sing. So those two,
We won't put them in
those
the
two
show.
couldn't be in the country
Yeah,
show.
we'll leave them off the show.
By the way, while we're on this political scene here, we will tell you that Thursday is Election Day. If you hadn't voted yet, you need to get out and vote. And we will bring you coverage from Coffee County live here on Channel 6 on Thursday night, starting at what time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Okay.
7 o'clock.
All right. So.
Now we got to go. We're going to see a few commercials here, and we'll be back with General Harris, and we're going to talk a little bit about Tullahoma's new armory.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has the checking, loans, savings, and traditional banking services you want. Plus free internet banking and bill pay, bank your change, Visa gift card, and lots more state-of-the-art banking services. We focus on the service and services you want. So you can bank when, where, and how you want. At our offices or from just about anywhere. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
Hello, I'm Steve Roller from Warren County, Tennessee. I'm running for the State Senate 16th District, which includes counties of Warren, Van Buren, Grundy, Sequatchie, Marion, Franklin, and Coffee. Jobs are the most important issue in this campaign, which needs education and a skilled labor force, affordable health care, and better roads and water. All of these factors make jobs. I am a family man raised on a farm with a successful law practice of 30-plus years. I served as your state senator in 2008. I'm the most qualified and experienced candidate in the race. I would appreciate your vote in the Democratic primary. Early voting begins July 17th. General election is on August 2nd. I will not let you down. Your vote could make the difference, and I want your vote. Thank you very much.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
Around here, your word is your bond. But Washington politicians like Diane Black don't follow this rule.
I'm running for Congress to stop Washington from barring away her future.
But Diane Black voted for Obama's $2.1 trillion debt increase and the failed super committee.
Congress is spending us into bankruptcy.
And Diane Black voted against the $2.5 trillion budget cut. Stop Double Talk Diane Black on August 2nd.
Congressional Elections PAC is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I am proud to have with me today General Robert Allen Harris from Tullahoma, Tennessee, and he is going to give us a little bit of information about the opening or the ribbon cutting and open house of our new armory here in Tullahoma. And General Harris?
Hey, John.
Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back to town.
It's been a few years, and I'm happy to be here. I'm a 72 graduate of Tullahoma High School. Born in Winchester, raised here all my life, and Susan and I have spent the last 30 years or so of our life in Chattanooga, but we plan to return here this fall, and this is going to be our retirement home. So, I'm happy to come by and tell you a little bit about our brand spanking new armory out on the Manchester Highway.
Well, what the old building was used for how many years?
Well, strangely enough, it was built the year I was born in 1954. So it's as old as I am. We're both a little bit stiff and rickety, but it's still out there, still available. At one time, it was scheduled to be replaced in total by this new Readiness Center or Armory. But as you might can imagine, the folks out there, from the time we conceive the need to the time the armory is actually built, appropriated, authorized, and built, it's about 8 years.
Right.
And so a lot can happen in that 8 years. And for us in the Tennessee Army Guard, from the time we conceived this new armory to the time it was completed, Tennessee picked up another couple of units in the state of Tennessee. So we still have a need for the old armory for the next few years. So we're spending time and energy extending the life of the old armory as well as using the new armory. So Tullahoma is very unique in that in a community of roughly 20,000 folks, we have 2 of the 95 armories facilities in the state of Tennessee, along with a top quality training site of about 8,000 acres immediately attached to that. The good thing is that this new armory is built on federal property that was given to us, deeded to us by the federal government. So it was
part of Arnold Center.
So it was part of Arnold Center, and a long time ago, Arnold Center was Camp Forest, and before that,
Camp P.
It was Camp P, and Camp P was built in 1926 as a National Guard training facility. Right. So that's kind of our lineage and our connection to the federal property there that originally started out at Camp P.
All right, now your open house is slated to be, it's not this Saturday.
Yes, sir, it is this Saturday.
It is this Saturday,
yeah,
okay.
August 4th at 10 a.m., the Adjutant General, Max Haston, will be there to do the ribbon cutting and formal dedication of the armory to the citizens of Tennessee. And so I would like to see all of Tullahoma and indeed Coffee County come out and christen this new armory.
What time is that going to take place?
It's at 10 a.m. And the armory is located, for those of you that are familiar with the area, the armory is located, in simplest terms, adjacent to the Coca-Cola plant.
Right. Yes, sir.
On the same side of the road.
And that's
so
on the Manchester Highway, or if you're coming from Manchester, it's on the Tullahoma Highway.
That's correct, yeah.
And what we're going to do right now is I went out and got some video, and we're going to show some video and talk over this a little bit. Now, of course, there's a lot of lawn mowing and dirt spreading probably being done this week.
Well, we're excited about it. Of course, the drought has killed all of our several attempts at growing grass, but we're going to get there. This is a 45,000 square foot facility. It houses one of the 4 major commands in Tennessee. Another unique thing about Tullahoma being a small town and housing one of the 4 major commands in the Army National Guard in Tennessee. So great facility, built with a lot of energy efficiency in mind, heated slab floor in the drill hall.
Well, I like this type of thing. When you first walk in the door, you see modern. This is the modern military. You see good-looking young people, and it's sort of an advertisement of what you're looking for. Come on in.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely unlike myself. It is a modern facility. The floors there that you see are in great shape now, and
they're stained concrete, and they're just beautiful. And I know they're probably very easy to keep.
Well, they are very easy to keep. At least that is the theory. But you got a lot of soldiers tromping up and down through there, so it's going to take some maintenance. But we're very happy. We're very proud of the facility.
Right there.
Right. It's all Colonel Decker, you see in the picture, and Command Sergeant Major
Now,
Scott.
this is interesting to me. You've got a weight room facility, workout facility there.
All of our armories have some form of a workout center that is designed for soldier wellness, soldier fitness, and we feel like that the investment in soldier fitness pays off in the long run, obviously.
Big conference room.
Yes, sir. It's all beautiful. That's the heated slab floor there in the drill hall. That's a unique feature. The amount of glass in the armory, the natural lighting is built in there also for energy efficiency. That's our maintenance bay, the training maintenance bay that's there. All of the parking area outside is concrete. That's another environmental protection feature. So, citizens of the state of Tennessee, this is your armory, built on federal property. So, the construction of the armory and the long-term maintenance and upkeep is largely supported by the federal dollar. And so we're very proud of that, and we're also proud of the fact that is a joint venture between the Army National Guard and the local Air Force installation.
Now, the one thing that I didn't get to see, and of course out there you have a supply room or a stock room, and we didn't want to film that because that I'm sure people will have an opportunity to glance into that when.
Absolutely.
During the thing.
Absolutely. During the open house, it is your armory, and we would expect that you would have a right to see all of that.
Now, and upstairs, when we went through the upstairs up there, up on that catwalk up above, there's classrooms up there. There's also a library up there.
Yeah.
So, and those classrooms are very impressive. They're good-sized rooms, and again, they have a lot of light up there coming into those rooms.
That's right, John. When it's completely fitted out, there will be a learning center with a lot of computer assets up there, and as you might expect, all of the modern soldiers are familiar with how to operate and navigate their way around the cyberspace there, and so that's the way a lot of our learning is based today.
And you know, we've noticed, of course, on a lot of the ads, and I think the military does a very good job of presenting themselves on television through their advertising campaigns.
We hope to maintain that over the years.
And how they show young people doing stuff, and they say, well, this is not a movie, or this is not something that's been created just for this. These young people are doing this every day.
They are
fighting wars and protecting people, sitting in an office with a computer. And of course, we have still have ground forces, and we have to have that kind of thing.
They are doing it, and our kids today want to serve. They want to. Of course, they come in for just about anything that I came in there, and it's for the benefits and for things of that nature. But they really do want to serve and earn those benefits.
Right.
So I'm really excited about our generation today.
General Robert Allen Harris, thank you for coming back to Tullahoma and being with us. Congratulations on a great building, and it's a great organization. That's this Saturday, the 4th at 10 a.m. will be the grand opening.
Yes, sir.
And people will have a lot of time to walk around and see their building.
No question. Thank you, John.
Know that you're always welcome. Anytime you need us, we'll be here for you.
Thank you, John. Appreciate
and
the opportunity.
bless the military guys and girls who are out there standing on that wall, protecting us and allowing us to be free and sit here and do the things we do in Tullahoma, Tennessee. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Kayla Thompson. For the past 15 years, you viewed my father's commercials and watched us grow up. We're here today to say thank you for your continuous support and introduce the new faces of Thompson Ford.
Lori.
Josh.
Olivia.
Nick.
Michael. Nathan. Even though some of us are going off to college or moving away, we just wanted to say that you can always count on a Thompson to be a part of the community. Come and see us at Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Thank you.
Our office used to look like this, but now with My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young, it's easy. We've made all of our files electronic and stored them in our virtual filing cabinet, which gave us tons of space. And Bob here, a big promotion. Melissa can pull files in minutes and spends hours on Facebook. And Kyle's confidential files stay confidential.
We're not totally paper-free, right?
My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young. It's that easy.
Wherever good can overcome, that is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
Welcome back to Just Plain Living. We're doing something a little bit different today. I have on the set with me Mr. Terry Mayo. Hi, Terry.
Hey,
I still can't believe you came back to see me after coming to that rehearsal on Sunday.
I was glad to.
It was kind of a nightmare. We're going to talk about South Jackson Goes Country, which is coming off August 10, 11, and 12 at South Jackson Civic Center. And I'm going to stop talking, and Terry's going to interview me. So I'm becoming... not the host. This doesn't happen to me, so what are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about South Jackson Goes Country.
Okay.
And first I need to ask you, how long have you been directing this show?
Actually, I was not very old when I started. No, I was. I started this 33 years ago. This is our 33rd annual South Jackson Goes Country. The funds go to help maintaining the building and bringing in performing arts. So I'm proud of that.
Wonderful. What is going to make this year's show different or better or substantial from last year's and the year before?
Different from last year. You know, it's always different because we always have a lot of not older people, but performers that have performed a long time. Then we have new people that come in. We have young people. We have old people. We have new commercials. That's always different. And somehow the commercials always make us laugh more every year, but I can't say they're better than they were before. We try to offend everybody in the same way.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now I understand y'all have about how many acts and do they perform in between commercials?
They perform in between commercials, and I believe we have 14 commercials.
Okay.
And we open the show almost with a commercial, and we close with a commercial or some other kind of things. But in between the commercials, we allow performers to perform their country music, and we have people that write music, we have people that do cover songs, and we have a little bit of bluegrass, a little bit of pop songs, country, and a lot of the old stuff we're trying to bring back this year. And that's a little different because we are bringing back several of the old tunes that we may have used before.
Where does this talent come from, Peggy?
Where does the talent come from? You know, Tullahoma and Middle Tennessee is saturated with wonderful talent. Somebody just has to open the door and put a light on the stage, and there they are. I think for our show, we have people that come in from Alabama, Knoxville, Nashville, but mainly it's home folks, Winchester, Manchester, Tullahoma, Shelbyville, this region.
And everyone knows someone around here that loves music.
Oh, yeah.
And especially country music.
Especially country music. You know you can't open a door or turn on a radio without hearing a little country music.
Well, let me ask you this. After 33 years, what motivates you to continue with this?
You know, I've been asked that question before, and I don't know, it's just that when this season comes around, it's like well, it's a homecoming. I got to do it. And I love doing it, or I wouldn't do it. I mean, I could stay home and sit on the couch. It would be okay, I guess. But I do love this show, and I love the people that perform in it. I love the fact that we have families together. We have people that are young, we have people that are older, and we have writers, and we have a lot of creative people. I love working with creative people.
So there's a lot of comedy in this as well, then?
I think so. If you'll just keep an open mind when we do the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, keep an open mind about all the characters up there.
Now, let me ask you, on the 13th of August, Monday, August 13th, do you start planning for the 34th year?
Well, we'll certainly expect to have the 34th year.
Absolutely.
But probably that day I will be so busy making sure that all these little pieces that we've picked up and borrowed are going back to the right places, and I have such wonderful helpers that it will happen that way. And I do have a lot of people who are saying, oh, we should have done this for a commercial, and I'll say, well, save it till next year. So I'm usually on to something else by that day.
I'm going to be pompous here. May I have an act next year?
Yes, of course.
I would love to be on the stage next year.
Well, we are putting you on stage.
All right, good
All
deal.
you have to do is come into auditions, sign your little piece of paper saying you will not hold us accountable or sue us, and we'll let you on the stage.
You know, this past Sunday afternoon, I came in for several hours and sat in the audience, or in the auditorium, to just kind of watch to see what was going on. And the band was trying to put it together, and the sound was trying to put it together, and the lights were trying to put it together, and you were running to and fro, out the door and in the door, and talking to the folks on stage and so forth. I've got to tell you, and I'm not just saying this because I'm sitting here with her right now, I have never seen anyone so focused and so determined.
Well, thank you.
And I was just in awe of how everything is put together, and knowing that you can do this.
Well, obviously that's not something I could do by myself. I have some of the most wonderful people. Mike Sneed, he's an engineer that had just works tirelessly. Rex Mize, who is running the sound back there, and I couldn't in a million years figure that out. And then we have people up in the spotlights, and Janet Patterson, who has helped me year to year. She was back there beginning to start running lights, and my job is more to try to keep everybody connected so that when the time comes, it's going to come off. And actually, when the show opens, I could go to the Bahamas. The show would go on. They would not need me at all.
I disagree after watching Sunday. The way you're the glue.
Well, thank you.
That puts it all together. Even if you have to have this crew member and that crew member and that technician and this, the talent is going to be remarkable. It is every year.
Well, thank you.
And I'm just very happy to be sitting next to you right now.
So thrilled that you're here and care enough to talk about this ongoing show that people wonder every year when they first start, is this really going to come off? But it always does.
What do we have, 10 days and counting?
We have 10 days and counting, and I should have mentioned Sid Wing. Oh my gosh, he comes in and takes all those CDs that I have collected, and he puts them all on one disc, and he takes care of all that. And Sid, if you're out there, thanks. He's saving my life, and his wife Gina, who works as stage manager, they come out of Alabama to do this, and that means a lot to me. My daughter's working with us this year.
This is August 10th, 11th,
10th,
and
11th,
12th.
and 12th. And if you want a ticket, it's $15 now. If you wait till the day it opens, it's $17. So get your tickets early.
What time does it start each night?
All right. On the grounds at 6 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, we have cloggers and some singers. All this is free.
I love cloggers.
And then you can go inside and buy yourself some food. We have barbecue sandwiches and drinks and whatever for sale. So we hope you'll come. And so don't forget to come to the country show. They're trying to cut us off.
Okay. All right.
It is. Thanks for having me be interviewed. That is so cool.
I
love that.
We are off the air, aren't we?
No, we're fixing to go off right now.
Oh, well, one last thing. How do people call to get in touch?
Oh, I should have said that. 455-5321 or www.southjackson.org. Call me if you need to. I don't care.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was great.
I went to several colleges, but when I stepped into this gym, it just felt like home.
Just learning the different techniques and the way Mr. Bryan tells us how to study the subject. Art, that's where it's really at for me.
I decided to go to nursing because I've always wanted to help people. You make those connections that you probably never forget. This is my motto, my future.
I'm Marley Matlin for the American Red Cross. In an emergency, infants and children can't always tell you what's wrong. Being able to read critical signs and knowing how to respond can make all the difference. The Red Cross offers infant and child CPR training, where you can learn how to recognize and respond to respiratory and cardiac emergencies. Visit www.redcross.org or call 1-800-HELP-NOW. Together, we can save a life.
Waiting around for things other people get right away just doesn't make much sense. Get high-speed charter internet and enjoy downloads way faster than DSL.
Around here, your word is your bond. But Washington politicians like Diane Black don't follow this rule.
I'm running for Congress to stop Washington from barring away her future.
But Diane Black voted for Obama's $2.1 trillion debt increase and the failed super committee.
Congress is spending us into bankruptcy.
And Diane Black voted against the $2.5 trillion budget cut. Stop Double Talk Diane Black on August 2nd.
Congressional Elections PAC is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and the next thing we want to bring you is an offering from the Community Playhouse. Last week, they had their annual meeting and picnic at Janet and Grant Patterson's house, and they announced their new season, what the things were going to be in their new season, also in their 2013 season, and they announced their new slate of officers. And so we're going to bring you that video right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the cars lined up at Grant and Janet Patterson's house, where tonight they're having the Community Playhouse annual picnic.
We haven't done a whole lot.
And here we are at the Playhouse picnic.
George has been just incredible as far as getting doing stuff around this building, fixing things, keeping it up. The shop is beautiful. I'm going to try to keep it that way. We got a good.
There's some real positive things that have gone on. Many have been mentioned. I think we've got a new contract with South Jackson that we feel much better about. We have a functional web page. Thank you, Suzanne. We appreciate that. We are using credit card machines. We were not using a credit card machine before. We have online ticketing. We were not doing that before. We have updated pricing for our shows, which has increased our income. We have now new members. We have 180 season ticket holders. That's up from quite a bit. You know, that's good. We want 180 more this next year, but 180 season ticket holders, and that includes patrons and benefactors and all that. So that's really good. Our advertisers have increased, as Debbie mentioned. We began development of a production notebook, which is underway, and Bill started that, and we're going to finish that. I promise we're going to finish that to the end. Strategic Planning Committee was formed, and hopefully we'll continue on with some of that information. We performed at Tullahoma High School as the first major musical in that high school auditorium, and then another one this year, and we were delighted that they allowed us to do that. The costume room was added to the committee list, as was the strategic, as was the marketing. We've added 2 new committees this past year. That's up to the president to be able to add committees that are functional on the executive board. Executive board met once a month this time to kind of culminate details so that the membership meeting didn't have to drag on and do some of those things. So it was an effective executive board. Thank you, executive committee. We attended the Tennessee Theater Association and the Southeastern. We have representatives go to the Southeastern.
In November, we're going to do Over the River and Through the Woods. It is not a Thanksgiving play.
It just sounds like it.
It just sounds like it. It is a really funny, you can read the description. I won't read that to you, but it's a funny, good play, and I think that it will be. But we'll have to get out and sell it because it's not. A lot of people are doing it now, so it is out there, but, you know, it's not a name play that everybody's going to say, oh, I can't wait to see that. I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. We were captivated by the name before we even looked at the script or anything. It's a small musical, and a comedy musical, but some serious things too. South Pacific. It's South Pacific. It's the big musical. We labored over that forever about doing other things, doing some more recent things, you know, not doing old things always, but that is a tried and true moneymaker for us, is to do the standard musical.
No, we have never done South Pacific.
No, we have never done South Pacific. Now the fourth one says a Playhouse special event. We have some really strong ideas about what that ought to be. Why it's put in there as a fourth play, which we'll have to sell it in the next couple of weeks. We'll name it and claim it. But is that we need that spot to be a money maker that doesn't cost us money. 13, 14. I don't know why this sounds like a tremendous season to me. There are 2 unknowns on this, really 3 when you put in the special event. But I think the 13-14 season is a winner right off the top. Little Shop of Horrors, everybody loves it. It's been done everywhere, but it hadn't been done here in forever. I don't know if it's ever been done by the Playhouse, has it?
No.
It has at the high school.
No, it has the high school.
Manchester done it, Franklin County done it.
Yeah.
Everybody but us.
Everybody but us. So I guess we need our shot at it too. The Great American Trailer Park. You probably hadn't heard of that, but it is being done everywhere, all over the Southeast, and everybody says it is hysterical comedy, and we're going to sign our name up to that too. Just the name again is a seller for me. The Wizard of Oz. We have done it, but it's a big... The Wizard of Oz. There's that big seller in there for us. That is.
Chance for little kids to be the money.
Yeah, and it's a great play. Another one that you probably have heard if you read anything about there is the Dixie Swim Club. It's a 5-woman show, and it is a good comedy, drama, everything. It doesn't sing and dance, but
It's a lot like Over the River Through the Woods.
Yeah.
They're funny and poignant at the same time.
Right.
I think we have a really strong slate of officers for next year. It's never easy to try to put the right person in the right slot to maximize the group. But I think we did a pretty good job. We're nominating this year for President Debbie Sanders, for Vice President Peggy Hayden, Secretary Heather Kleinfeld, my favorite man Todd Nichols for Treasurer, Librarian Janet Ginneman, and the Perpetual Historian Lucy Voss.
Times have changed since Traders Bank first opened our doors in 1889. Back then, online banking meant people were waiting ahead of you. And technology? The word hadn't even been invented yet. Even though banking has transformed over the years, at Traders, one thing has never changed. Friendly smiles, a neighborly hello, and a sincere appreciation for our customers. When a Traders employee says, "You're welcome," you are, and you always will be. Traders Bank, you're welcome. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
are the children who had no chance. They're known as Brazil's street kids. They wander the streets dying by the thousands from drugs, AIDS, and bullets. Most of them have been abandoned, left to survive on their own. These children needed a place to go. I had to do something. So I brought it up at Rotary. People heard about what we were doing and asked how they could help. Together, we raised funds to give them a home and open the school. They're learning a trade. Now hundreds of kids have a family and a future. They're contributing to the community because Rotary believes in making things better for everyone.
Rotary is making a difference right now.
They have hope.
Rotary gives people an opportunity to help.
Plain Living. I am Lauren Foster, and I am here today with Felicia Shelby. While we were waiting and watching that commercial, her name is so beautiful and so easy to remember. Welcome, Felicia.
Thank you.
And you're with the Department of Children's Services.
Yes.
Got that right, too. And you have an event coming up, but we also are here to learn generally what goes on in your department and how we can help, right?
Right. I just wanted to come and share a little bit about what we're doing in the community. It's there's an organization that we run also in conjunction with DCS called the Community Advisory Board.
Okay, be very basic for me because DCS, is that a government agency?
It's a state agency.
A state agency, okay. And where are you located?
Here in Tullahoma.
In Tullahoma, and you serve the whole state?
This is correct.
Okay, that's a good start. Now,
Yes.
and the committee that you work in conjunction with is?
The Community Advisory Board.
Okay, and is that's a local board?
It is. Coffee County has its own. Every county in the state of Tennessee actually has a Community Advisory Board.
Okay, which works in conjunction with the state office.
Exactly.
Okay, see, this is good, valuable information for us.
Right.
Okay, and what does the committee do?
The committee is very important. Most people don't know about it, and so I'm pleased to be here today to kind of share exactly what we do. The Community Advisory Board seeks ultimately to prevent child custody episodes, so it's important work.
Oh, wow. So
Right.
you basically get involved before people are fighting over their children and try to work it out.
Exactly. We try to meet the needs of families right here in our communities prior to them having any contact with the Department of Children's Services. So if that means providing clothing or homemaker services or counseling referrals, furniture, job referrals, you name it, we try to do that so that we can support our families and preserve families as a unit.
So this community committee is sort of like the front line before they get to the generals at DCS
right.
with the real major problems.
Right.
That's incredible. It's a good idea to put some contact information on the screen so people have a chance to write it down while we're talking. Is there a phone number, website?
Sure. You can reach me directly at 931-424-4004. I do work out of the Pulaski office, but I work several different counties. I do Coffee County, Bedford County, Lincoln County, Giles County, and more counties. So the best way to get me if you don't reach me by telephone is going to be by email, which is felicia.shelby@tn.gov.
Okay, our guys in the control room are really good. I'm sure they got that. Felicia.shelby@tn.gov. Okay, awesome. We'll see if they got it. If not, they'll let us know.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. So, how do we as a community help to support what you do, and how do we help?
You can come be a member of the Community Advisory Board.
Is that a volunteer capacity?
It is. We're open to everybody, anybody who has a vested interest in the community and being a service to these families that we work around every day. We meet the second Wednesday of every month at the National Guard Armory out on Highway 55. Brand new building, beautiful building.
Were you here when the guy was on earlier talking about that?
I was here, so I thought it was coincidental that we're both here today. But yeah, we meet the second Wednesday of every month at the National Guard Armory out on Highway 55 at 11:30 a.m. every second Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
So come, anybody. It's open to anybody who has a vested interest in trying to be a service to our families right here in Tullahoma.
Now, do you have a need for like special skills, caretakers?
Anybody.
Anybody can help.
The CAB is open to any and everybody. We seek to have a broad spectrum of committee members because we want to have different ideas and thoughts and put them all together. Because most of the time, somebody knows somebody that has a connection that can help a family that we might not immediately immediately know how to address. So we want any and everybody to be there.
So the more people you can get involved in that network, the more efficient it is.
Exactly.
Okay, tell us what the role of the DCS is. I mean, I'm picturing on TV they're the ones that come and, take the kids away. Yeah.
And that's what most people think. DCS does not aim to do that. We try to exhaust every option possible before taking a child away, because we believe heavily that the best place for a child to be is going to be with his mom or dad, his family, what he's familiar with. So DCS does not seek to take children away. This is a great way for you to learn more about how DCS works, is to be involved in the Community Advisory Board, because you get to see a little behind the scenes of how we function and what we actually aim to do, which is preserve families as a unit. So,
so you provide assistance in, I don't know, employment. I mean, all the factors that go into.
We have done it all. We've had family members who might be relatives of kids who are in jeopardy of coming into custody. We've had family members to step up and say, hey, I want to take this child and prevent this, but I don't have bedding. I have kids of my own. I don't have bedding. I don't have money to get the kids, put gas in my car to take the kids to their counseling appointments, and that's where we step in, because we're able to provide those things to these families so that they're able to stay with who they're familiar with, or they're able to stay at home with their mom and dad. So
taking the child away is really a last resort.
Last resort.
Unlike how it looks on Law and Order.
Yeah, it's totally different on TV. We do everything we possibly can to try and preserve the family, because we don't want to take kids away. We love them, we do, but we don't benefit from it. And again, we aim to keep those families together.
Now, do the orphanages and foster care and do those things fall under the purview of DCS, or is that a different department?
It is. We also do foster care. There's a Child Protective Services end of it, and then there's foster care, which is when we've exhausted all those options and we've had to take the child away from its parent. So it's interesting, and these are great questions, and I know people don't necessarily know the answers to these questions, which is again a great reason to come and learn more.
And we appreciate you sharing with us.
Right?
Really.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have an event coming up.
We do.
And let me ask one further question: how is DCS funded? I mean, it's a state agency, so is it government funded?
It is government funded. It is. And we lack a lot of funding, which is again how the Community Advisory Board is very beneficial, because we're able to link resources together and put our heads together, and we're able to meet needs financially a lot of ways that way.
So are you, as a state agency, allowed to do fundraising and accept donations and things like that?
Well, DCS is not allowed to accept donations and things of that nature, but CAB is.
But the community, Community Advisory Board, awesome. So communities coming together to provide stuff that you can't do.
Right.
That's
exactly.
Great. Now you have an event coming up. Tell me about that.
We're doing Project Under Awareness.
Project Under Awareness.
I thought it was so cute and catchy.
That is very cute. Your brain leads to underwear. Oh, no, not underwear. Underaware.
Well, that's exactly that's what it's about, though. We're starting a drive August the 6th, and it runs through the 31st of August to collect brand new packaged undergarments for children who are currently at risk or currently in the custody of the state.
What a basic thing that you wouldn't think of.
You would not think of, and that's why we want to bring awareness to the community, because many times when we come in contact with families that might be in need, that's the one thing that they do not have, and nobody wants to wear someone else's. You want your own brand new, and you deserve that as a child. So we're trying to bring awareness to the community and all the surrounding areas that this is what we're doing and this is why. So we're excited about it. We've got 7 drop locations throughout Tullahoma and also in Manchester, so we're thrilled about it. I think you guys have a flyer. I hope you do.
I hope so too. that lists all of the locations.
That lists all the locations. I can try to spit them off the top of my head. I might miss a couple, but I'll try.
Okay, give it a shot.
We've got Walmart in Tullahoma. We've got Walmart in Manchester. We've got Wesley Heights Baptist Church here in Tullahoma. We've got Kmart here in Tullahoma. We've got it's escaping me right now.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
We'll see that we get that flyer up. Now, would you benefit from more drop-off locations? Is that something that people should notify you about?
Yes. If you are interested in being a drop location for this drive, please let me know. If I do not answer that phone number, please email me, because usually I'm on the go. I serve 5 different counties, so I'm always in my car.
Okay.
So
now, is there a website that would list all of these?
There's not a website.
Okay, no
but
worries.
It's coming. It's coming, though.
No worries. We'll see what we can do about getting that flyer on during the day. And it's a great thing that you're doing. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Felicia Shelby with DCS. Support them.
won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You know, one of the things that really makes me happy, because I'm a writer, is every time I can have someone come in and visit with us that also is a writer. And we have that this morning, in that we have Miss Alma Bunch in, and she has written several books, and we're going to talk with her about the writing industry, the book publishing industry, and all those fine things that she's accomplished that I haven't been able to accomplish. Alma, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, dear?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Very well, very well. You're originally from this area?
Correct.
And now you live where?
In Nashville.
In Nashville. And let's hold up. Let's get one. How many of these have you written?
These are 2 of them. This is the first book I wrote, I Love You All the Way to Jesus and Back. It was released last October. This one is my second book, How Many Doodles Does It Take to Make a Doodle Bug? And it was released just this July 17th, last week.
How many doodles does it take to make a doodle bug? Do you know?
I know.
I think do we need to keep it a secret? Maybe they need to buy the book.
They can buy the book. But
all right, so go ahead. How many doodles?
17.
17 doodles it takes to make a doodle bug.
The interesting thing about the book is though it's a step-by-step where the children can actually create the doodle, their own doodle as they go along. My doodle took 17, but in the back it shows them how to do a step-by-step. They can actually put more doodles in theirs if they want to. But in the back it has how to do it step by step the way this doodle bug was created, my doodle bug. Everybody's doodle bug is different. Just like each child is different.
Sure.
So the book is about how unique this doodle bug is, but also how unique every child is.
Right. Right. So let's talk about how you got into this writing and publishing and getting your stuff done. How long have you been writing and thinking about doing stuff like this?
Forever. I failed a 3rd grade assignment back in the 60s. I know. I was supposed to write a children's book and I couldn't do it. So right then I decided that one day I was going to write a children's book. So I've been actually writing for a long time. But when I hit 50, I realized that, the Lord gave me this gift. I really should use it. So I got up the courage. I searched out a publishing company and I decided that I was going to take a step of faith and change rejection. Exactly. You have to doodle. I have a lot of books that are, not finished but started in the ideas, and sometimes the ideas will come later to finish it.
Right.
I always write down everything that I think about.
Now, it appears that most of this, or all of it, has a sort of a Christian turn to it.
It does. It does.
All right, I'm going to ask the question. Do you ever doodle in church?
I use my Bible as a workbook. So I always take notes with the sermon, but no, I don't doodle as in pictures, but I do get ideas
You
from
do
church.
get ideas.
I do. I certainly do.
I do as well, and I don't doodle quite as much as I used to. I pay a little bit more, but it seems like the older I've gotten, I pay a little bit more attention than I used to.
I think that's true for all of us.
How long has it taken, and what kind of road is it to go from doodling, note-taking, to having a book that you can throw down on a table like this? Tell us a little bit about that trip.
You mean start to finish with
right,
a book?
Sort of.
I have written, actually, the 3rd book that is in production now, I wrote in a day. It just depends on the flow, the inspiration. I get all my ideas from the Lord. But
taking it from that idea, I guess the question I'm asking is, you're sitting there at the house and you're writing a book and you're doing that, and now you're on our television show with books on the table. How do you get from your desk to books on the table, the publishing side of it?
The publishing side.
And tell us about finding your publisher and sort of some of the details that go along with this, and how many you have to order, and how, just that process.
Okay. Well, once I found Tate Publishing, from the time that they accepted it and I received a contract to publication was a year. Basically, to get it from the contract part until publication, a full.
So you submit.
You submit,
and they either go, well, this is pretty good, or I don't think so.
Exactly.
Keep trying.
Exactly.
And then when they go, I think we'll do this, you get a contract.
Correct.
And does this, I'm not talking about dollars and cents, but, in the contract, does it state, well, we're going to do 2,000 books, or we're going to do 5,000 books, or we're going to do...
there's not a limit on a number. There's not a limit on a number.
We're just going to do this.
Exactly. Demand is what, pushes how many they're going to print, or however. But if you order through Tate, you get it almost immediately.
Yeah. All right. So when you do this, are they financing this, or are you financing this?
Well, they ask for earnest money up front, but once you sell your 5,000th book, they return that earnest money. It helps with them because they provide the illustrations, all the editing, all the publishing. They do the marketing. They will market the book for you, set up book signings, that kind of thing.
Right.
So they ask for that earnest money up front. And the first book was a little bit more. The more books that you do, the less money that is. But then once the 5,000th book is sold, they return all that money to you.
So, the second, third book, by the time you get to there, people know you're an established author, and people are following your work and like your work, so they're going to seek you out to get your next offering.
Correct.
And so you have now 2, and a third one?
I have 2 that are published and released, and then the third one is in production stage, and it's titled Who's Your Hero?
Who's your hero? Who's your hero?
Jesus.
Okay, that's a good hero to have.
Exactly.
That's a
so
good
the
hero
book
to
talks
have.
about all the things that Jesus have done, like he was the best fireman, the best doctor, that kind of thing, so that kids can relate him to what really happens in life.
Day-to-day stuff going on.
Day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
He's the great fisherman, that kind of thing.
For sure.
Great fisherman.
Yeah. Did you have an illustration of him hooking a man?
I don't do the illustrations, but I do have all rights to everything in the book. I hold complete rights to all my books, and they do sample illustrations, and then I approve those once they're done.
You see what's going to be there and what you want to be there, and okay.
So they ask for my ideas up front of what I would like to, what I would like for them to look like, and so I can give them ideas, and then they set to work to do the illustrations.
Okay, Alma Bunch. If somebody wants one of these books, how do they go about getting one?
Right now you can go to Tate website, which is tatepublishing.com. You can go to Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, all online. They can contact me at elmabunchbooks@gmail, and I can send them to them.
Okay. So, and what's the price of one of these books?
The suggested retail price is $9.99 for the regular books. There's also, they'll also do a 3D book and a coloring book. The 3D book is still $9.99, and these are $4.
So it's 3D. You can put glasses on and they jump out at you. Oh, it comes
with their own set of glasses. It also has an e-book. So there's an audio book as well. When you purchase one, you can download the book, and there's an audio. It's not my voice, but I approved someone else to read the book. So the kids can hear it.
Tate Publishing.
Well. Tate Publishing.
Elma Bunch.
Elma Bunch.
Formerly from Tullahoma.
Correct.
Now from Nashville. See what happens when you become a celebrity. No. You have to move to the city.
No. I moved to the city for a job.
There you go. I understand that. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
for being with us today, and keep us informed.
I will.
Come back with the new one.
I'd love to.
And tell us about it and tell us how everything's going for you.
Okay. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, dear. You're more than welcome. Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
It is said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the Eye Care Center wants to make your eyes the best windows possible. The professionals at the Eye Care Center have been offering comprehensive eye care for over 30 years. From eye examinations to eye surgery, from children to seniors, we have the services you need. We pride ourselves on taking the time to fully understand our patients' wants and needs. Each patient is a unique situation and deserves our full attention and the latest treatment options. So call or stop by one of our 4 convenient locations and start seeing better today.
Hello, this is J.D. Oliver from the Smokehouse on Mount Eagle Mountain. Me and my sisters Nancy and Betsy would like to thank you all for your continued support. This year we're celebrating our 50-year anniversary at the Smokehouse. In conjunction with our 50-year celebration, we are bringing Music on the Mountain every Saturday night, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m., featuring the best of Nashville. We have had some wonderful singers, hit songwriters, and Nashville's rising stars have taken the stage. Come out this Saturday night and every Saturday night through the end of the year. Make it a date night or bring the whole family. Help us celebrate 50 years in the community. Music on the Mountain is free every Saturday night at Jim Oliver's Smokehouse.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer. I'd like to invite everybody out to the Smokehouse every Saturday night for great music and awesome food.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Some people think that pressing their on-demand button will cost money or make their house explode or something. Of course, neither of these things is true. On-demand is just a way to access thousands of free movies and TV shows. The code to blow up a house is actually channel up, channel down, 2*77.
On demand, thousands of free movies and TV shows on your schedule, and nothing bad.
Well, all right, we're back. I'm Marilyn Ewing, and it's always great to be here, Just Plain Living, a recently formed organization in and around Shelbyville and Bedford County. Of course, inviting the folks of Tullahoma. It is the Vietnam-era Veterans Group, and it's a pleasure to have a couple of fine gentlemen with me on the program today. To my extreme left, Mr. Roland Fincham is joining us, and of course, Bob Taylor joins me to my immediate. Tom Taylor joins me to my immediate left. So it's a pleasure to have you both here, Tom and Mr. Roland. So we want to kind of get into this as to what this is all about when it's called the Vietnam era. That's kind of self-explanatory, but this organization came about for what reason exactly?
Just to have camaraderie with the veterans. We're
aging now, and just to get together and enjoy each other's company and share things from the past. And so we started back in June of 2010, so it's been going for 2 years, and we started a local restaurant in Shelbyville, and we started with 14.
Okay.
And we outgrew the room at the restaurant, and the American Legion Post 23 in Shelbyville offers their facilities there, which is a great military atmosphere, and the parking was good and everything. So we took them up on it, and like I say, we started with 14, and the most we had was last May. We had 60 when we had the commissioner for the state of Tennessee speak to our group. We have speakers every month. I get speakers every month, and we're lined up. We've got one even through February of next year. We're starting with next year. It's been great. We generally average between 35 and 50 fellas, and the wives are invited. The wives do come, and we enjoy a home-cooked meal.
Yes.
And
it sounds very structured in that type of thing. This organization also includes surrounding areas, and or is it primarily just Shelbyville?
Anybody in Bedford County, Coffee County, Murray County, anywhere around.
Exactly.
Can come.
Exactly.
We put a lot of information out about veterans benefits.
Right.
And especially the ones that's been in Vietnam that don't realize that they have Agent Orange diseases, and we get that put out.
Exactly. Now, Tom, I know you mentioned 2010 actually for the start of this particular organization. Upon getting this started, it had to be a lot of research and such to find these gentlemen that served in that era and that type of thing. What did you do? How did you actually go about getting this started?
Not really research, just prayer and thinking about it, and just put it together and put it in the newspaper and prayed about it again. And a handful of guys came, and it was good. We've been doing it every month since. We don't take off for the summer, or if the weather gets bad. Sometimes we may put it up a week if there's a holiday or something, but we meet every month. And it's open to all veterans. It's open to all veterans. The returning Iraq and Afghanistan veterans are welcome. We just at our last meeting, we had a first lieutenant that fought in Iraq in 2004. He spoke to the group and showed films, and the fellows that were in country, boots on the ground as we call it, in Vietnam, could reminisce, so to speak, if you want, of our war and compare it to his war, and it was good. And then we do have 2 or 3 others that are from that are even still in the military too, from the Iraq and Afghanistan wars.
Exactly.
And National Guard. Like I say, it's open to all veterans. All veterans and your spouses are welcome.
Yeah.
So. We've got a general that comes regularly.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
An Army general.
Yeah, very good.
And he comes regularly. Lives there in Bedford.
He lives in Shelbyville, Bell Buckle now, and he's bringing a sergeant major, retired sergeant major. This Thursday.
Okay.
We're meeting this Thursday, August the 2nd, at 6:30 at the American Legion Post in Shelbyville, and Sergeant Major Larry Williams is going to speak, and we're looking forward to that.
Now, take us through the agenda of some of the meetings that you have each month.
Well, agenda is just first we gather and have our meal, our prayer and all that, and we have our meal, and then I get up and talk about the speaker that will be coming up, or someone else that knows the speaker better. I will let him introduce him and unlike that. And like I say, we've had speakers all year. In June, it was our 2nd anniversary, so we have the commemorative coffee mug there, Vietnam era, of the campaign colors, the green, the yellow, and the red, and we gave those out to all the Vietnam veterans.
Now, are there organizations placed just like this all around the country?
There is a group called the Vietnam Veterans of America.
Okay.
and that's a structured organization like the American Legion or the VFW or DAV and such as that. But we want to keep it just like it is.
Yes.
It's just great camaraderie and fellowship amongst the veterans. And
it's a place that you can go if you're a veteran and you are missing something in your life that you left while you was in the service.
We would,
and you come and we can talk about
it.
Like to just leave it there.
Everybody can talk about it.
Speaking of the commemorative mug, Marilyn, we brought you this one here, and we'd like to give it to you.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Very nice. We certainly appreciate that. We of course, salute you guys, and you're doing wonderful things with the organization, as I know, and we salute all of our brave men and women who are serving and who have served in the past. So it's a great organization. Is there information as to individuals can maybe contact you guys?
Yes,
Tom?
they can contact me. I need to
Tom, yes.
tell some information.
Absolutely, if you could do that for me.
You can call me at 931-684-2557 in Shelbyville.
Yes, very good, very good. Well, keep doing what you're doing. We certainly appreciate you guys for dropping by Just Plain Living for this segment, okay?
Thank you.
Roland Fincham and Tom Taylor, right here, Just Plain Living. I'm Marilyn Ewing. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back with more.
Serving you as a local firefighter. Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force. Serving Tullahoma. Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? Because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Oh, there's my cat. Should I put her away?
Lighten it up a little bit.
How's this? Great.
Good. There we go.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weakley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the set now from the Stan McNabb Automotive Group, primarily the Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac dealership, Trent McNabb, and Trent is here today. I didn't see a Corvette when I came in though a month ago.
We gave those. I already had the crews in for those.
Oh, okay. You only get to drive one of those once a year.
That's
right?
it.
That's the way it works. Okay, I got you. But you have been doing some very special things today. Tell us what you guys were doing this morning.
Well, it was really exciting this morning. We wanted to do something for the teachers in our school system, Tullahoma City Schools. Something we started last year and surprised them all with. But they have a Teacher of the Year from each school. We then draw the names out and give one lucky winner a car to drive for a year.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So it was really exciting. So we did that again this morning. They had their all-teacher meeting this morning, the day before the kids come back to school.
Right.
So it was really exciting.
Oh, I bet they were. Is this a new car kind of thing?
It is. Got a new Jeep Grand Cherokee this morning.
All right, cool. We got some video on that we want to bring you right now on that presentation.
Brad light.
Yeah, the giveaway was the fact that it was the one parked on the lawn, right beneath the flagpole. Grand Cherokee. And one of these two is going to drive it. I've not heard any discussions about somebody buying the other one out, though. What's the ticket worth? $200, $500? No offers? You're going to stay with it. Adrian, you're impatient, Adrian. Brad, are you surprised by Adrian's impatience? Let's see, I saw this done recently. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of an oil change. No, I know how this one works. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of, you guys are supposed to be holding hands. Look each other in the eye and say, I really hate your guts for this. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of an oil change is Adria White. Stan McNabb, Jamie McNabb, Trent, Craig, Dolly, thank you very much for what you do in our community. Thank you very much for this investment. You don't know how much this is appreciated. Thank you very much. Would you like to say anything?
All right, that was a happy young lady there, wasn't it?
It was exciting.
Yeah.
She was surprised.
And she's a second grade teacher at?
Second grade at Farrah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Miss Tennant.
Right. And she gets to keep that car, and that's a new vehicle, as you mentioned a moment ago, for a year.
For a year, and we take care of the maintenance and everything on it.
Yeah. You know, that is a great thing to do, because I think our educators don't always get the credit they deserve, and I hate to say this, but you might not be where you are today if it hadn't been for some of the educators and the school system.
And that's true. Something my parents said. You know, the three of us went through the Tullahoma City school system, and was great for us. So we wanted to do something to give back to them.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how you would give it up after a year, so hopefully they'll decide to buy it after a year, because I mean that was a neat car there, and it was nice of you to share the spotlight a little bit with your brother Trey.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's his turn this year.
Yeah. Okay. You guys have also got something else special coming up. I think this Thursday, do you not?
We do. Yeah. We've got our grand opening. It's this Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be all day, 9 to 8. And we've got a lot of great door prizes we're giving away. We've got TV, iPad, Apple TVs, Garmin's. The Titans cheerleaders are going to stop by, my favorite part.
You know, I saw that on a press release, and I'm just wondering, best I remember when Stan was in charge, he never did do that kind of stuff. Was this your idea?
It was a combination. It was a group of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a group, folks. It was probably he and his brother Trey. They figured this out. So, but I know that project has been ongoing for what, several months, has it not?
Yeah, about 5.5 months. And of course, we were in temporary trailers there for a while, but the contractor was unbelievable. Finished 4 days early. You know, it's hard to hear
that's
that
hard
these
to imagine.
days.
Yeah.
And we got moved in just as quick as we could, and just about got everything settled. Still working figuring out a few things, but pretty much settled in there now.
Can you kind of give us an overview of what changes you made to the dealership?
Yeah, what we did, it's a complete. We tore down everything but the steel beams and a block wall inside the old building. And added some square footage to the showroom for more display. My favorite addition is our new service drive. We've got 3 lanes out on the side where customers can pull their car inside without, if it's raining, if it's cold, they don't have to brave the elements to bring their car in for service. And then we've also got a covered display out in front too, again for inclement weather to be able to show the cars.
Okay. And I know this is exciting because your dad has been involved in Tullahoma for how long?
1980.
1980. Unbelievable. So I guess your dad then actually oversaw the building of that original dealership, or was part of it? That was pretty new then, wasn't it?
It was. He was not part of it. It was built in '76, and then he came up here in 1980. So it was a new building when he got it at the time, and the building held up well. We started to have a few leaks in the roof and that sort of thing, but worked out good timing for us for the remodel.
Okay, all right, and if you haven't been by there, you need to check it out. I guess that's kind of a new concept that Chevy is going through, or General Motors is going through across the country.
Yeah, because similar to the fast food chains or franchises, they want all their dealers to have the same look across the board, so when somebody sees the store, it's recognizable, and they do help fund the project. And then they require a timeline you have to stay on, along with all the finishes, paint, tile, furniture. They do have specifications on that.
Right, and it's if I remember correctly, that there's some deals that go along. I mean, you can offer some special deals as a result of this. Is that right?
There is, yes. Yeah, we're able. Basically, the more new cars we sell is how it funds the building. So we're just giving them away just to keep turning and earning them.
All right. That's coming up, folks, Thursday and Friday. I think the ribbon cutting is on Thursday, right?
Thursday evening
at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Okay, so stop by and see Trent and all the nice folks at Stan McNabb out on North Jackson Street in Tullahoma. Get a great deal and get to see the Titans cheerleader thanks to Trent and Trey.
That's right.
They're getting excited in the control room talking about that. Trent, thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you, Jimmy.
We appreciate it. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back in just a moment with more living right after this.
Look around, the changes catch your eye, and you come to realize one can make a difference. Reach out, stand out, find out what it's all about. See it all, stand tall, be there to catch them when they fall.
Since 1915, Kiwanis International has touched millions of lives through thousands of service programs for children around the world. When you help one child, you help the world.
Life is bigger than just one, but one can make a difference.
I like it. I
like it. I want some more of it. South Jackson goes country. It's the country show we love. That's it. It's 30 seconds gone. Folks, we got to go. Thanks for being with us today, and we'll be back next week with a brand new show, just like Heckle and Jekyll.
Bye-bye.